From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with John Hesley. John, Cowboys have played 6 games so far on the hardwood, 5-1 after a tough trip to Hawaii, but a fruitful trip, really. A couple wins against a couple teams that, I mean, by the end of the year, you would think would be in pretty good shape. What did you see out of the Cowboys in those 3 games in 3 days out in Hawaii?
Saw some really good things, Jenny. You know, obviously we knew Juwan Evans was a really good talent. I think he showed in Maui that he's a great talent. One of the best point guards in the country, I would have to say. Jay Billis, the ESPN announcer, sure was on his bandwagon. The freshman played really well, especially in the third game. Third game in 3 days. You wondered how their energy level was going to be. They'd taken a loss to North Carolina, and the freshmen gave them a really nice lift. They beat Georgetown in the final game there. I think that's a very good sign for them going forward because they're going to need some players. They have some good veterans. They're going to need some young players to help them along. You
know, a win against UConn, a win against Georgetown, 2 programs that, you know, frankly, are those sort of, you know, among the blue bloods out there. A loss to North Carolina, but a North Carolina team a lot of people think could go to the Final Four. I mean, it seems like to me, now the schedule softens as they come home and play Rogers State on Wednesday night, but that momentum coming out of Hawaii, I've got to think that's something Brad Underwood may draw on for a long time to come.
I think so too, and it's important for this team. The guys who have been on some teams that maybe underachieved before under Travis Ford, looking for some confidence, looking for some new life, a restart to their career. I think that's what they're starting to see with Coach Underwood is that, hey, if they do things his way, if they play hard, play good defense, they can be a good team, get to the NCAA tournament perhaps. I asked Juwan Evans yesterday, I said, what did you guys learn most from the trip? And he said, hey, we're pretty good. So, yeah, there's something right there, and they've got some interesting games coming up, and we'll see how they can build on that.
You know, before they went to Hawaii, I think there was some question offensively. It looked like maybe they weren't playing the system. It was more, you know, guys just going out and making plays. And against some lesser opponents, guys like Juwan Evans can definitely make plays. Did Underwood and his players see some evolution in that offense? I know it's tough, like you say, 3 games, 3 days. It can be a little bit of a scramble, but offensively, were there some steps with this team?
I think there were, and I think especially as the tournament went along, I think you really saw it the most against Georgetown, interestingly enough, when some of the younger players were on the floor. You've got some veterans, Phil Forte, Juwan Evans, Leighton Hammonds, guys who have been around, but they have been ingrained into a different system. So some of it's slow to come. I think Coach Underwood understands that, but I think they're starting to see some steps and headed that direction.
All right, well, if you want to check the Cowboys back on the mainland, it's a 7 o'clock tip on Wednesday night up at Gallagher-Iba Arena. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.